this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something better.
Hello, good people. Welcome to Raw Vegan Rising. My name is Shane Sterling. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for being on this video. We're going to talk about juice fasting, the top 10 most frequently asked questions about juice fasting. I have been helping people juice fast since 2017. I am a raw vegan coach and a juice fasting coach. I didn't exactly plan on doing this line of work. I just have fallen into it because there's such a need for it. And, I am really dedicated to seeing humanity thrive. I want to see people doing their best. I want to see people feeling good and being optimistic and rising up out of some of the chaos and struggle that I see all of us in. So my goal is to really help people find empowerment, find truth, find health so that they have a good, positive outlook on life. That's really my big motivation because we're all in this together and we're only as strong as our weakest link. So I want our weakest link to be healthy. So I just dedicate my life to this service of helping people get healthy, cleaning out the gut with juice fasting. So juice fasting is not a diet. It's really important to realize that juice fasting is just temporary. It's something that we can use as an intervention protocol to come in and help clean biofilms out of the gut. Okay, it's not something we do long term. It's not a diet. It's not for weight loss. It's really something that we do short term for a specific outcome long term. And it's really about cleaning the GI tract. If we're gonna switch to a healthier diet and lifestyle, we gotta clean out the gut. We gotta reset the gut microbiome. We gotta get the biofilms and mucoid plaque out of the gut. Okay, because this interferes with the absorption of nutrition. I think something like 45% of the world's population is nutrient deficient in some way. That comes from biofilms, from mucus and sludge that builds up in our GI tract. Okay, it says, the average person has about 12 to 15 meals of food impacted in their GI tract at any given time. That's not stuff that's even moving through. That's just stuff that might be stuck in there, old waste, and it can turn into hardened mucus and plaque in there. So it's really important that we make an effort to clean our GI tract. When we get our GI tract squeaky clean, it starts to make us feel good. We can extract more nutrients from the plants that we're eating, from the whole foods that we're eating, and really experience vital health. So I think it's really important to know the outcome. Why are we doing a juice fast? If we just go into a juice fast thinking, well, I want to cleanse a little bit, that's not really a good reason. Okay, I think we should actually set an idea of where we want to be in a year after our juice fast. Then the juice fast is in service to our long-term goal. It's never good to have the juice fast be the goal itself. That's short-sighted and it will just lead to more confusion and more problems and being swayed by all the conflicting information out there. But if we set a long-term goal, like in 1 year from now, I want to be 100% raw vegan, like Shane Sterling is, then we can use the juice fast as a means to an end. We can use it to get the results that we're after. We can look at it as a short-term intervention protocol that serves a purpose for cleansing, and we can utilize it for what it does best, which is removing mucus, biofilm, and waste from the GI tract. It's simple. And how long do we go? Well, we really want to go as long as it takes to clean the GI tract. I don't think it's helpful to set a certain number of days, like 30 days or 40 days. It's better to say, I'm surrendered to what it's going to take to empty my GI tract of all the waste. For some people, that's 30 days. For some people, it might be 90 days. Okay, and over the years of helping people do this, I've found that everyone is so different that you really have to surrender to who you are and allow your process to be beautiful. Okay, if you have chronic constipation, if you have chronic digestive issues, most likely it's going to take you longer. But that's okay, because really you're going to wake up in a year from now anyway. Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to get your gut on point and get your body healthy? Or in a year from now, you wake up with the same health problems in the same boat that you are now and nothing's changed. So it's okay to dedicate yourself to what it takes to clean out the GI tract. Dedicate yourself to going as long as it takes, and you will feel the amazing results. Now, I have helped hundreds of people through juice fasting. I have a group membership called Raw Vegan Heroes where I coach people through juice fasting, okay? I also work privately with people around their juice fast, hand-holding people who are more concerned about the process and maybe don't feel as confident to do it on their own. I also do hour consultation calls, and I talk to people almost every day about the process of juice fasting and the process of transitioning our gut to raw food, whole food, healthy food, and really getting off of cooked food, cooked starches, and especially animal products. I've been doing this since 2017. I have a lot of experience. So I'm going to talk about the 10 most frequently asked questions here. And this comes from working with people one-on-one for many years. Okay, so this is just my insight into it. There are many more questions. Okay, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just to get the conversation started. This is just to spark some interest in the topic, but really, the questions are endless. That's why people will join my membership to get ongoing support for the months that they're juice fasting. That's why people will hire me for my 12-week private coaching package to get the support for every step of the journey because there's so many variables. Okay, so I have 10 questions prepared here. Number 1, can you use a blender on a juice fast? See, people want to get out of this the cheap way. They say, well, I have a blender, but I don't have a juicer. The reality is that a blender is fast and it oxidizes the juice. One of the main benefits of juicing is the phytonutrients and all the phytochemicals in the juice, in the citrus and the fruits and in the greens and the herbs. That strips the mucus and biofilm out of the body. Okay, if we're oxidizing these phytochemicals with the blender and then straining through a nut milk bag, that juice is inferior. And although it might be vegetable juice or fruit juice physically, it's going to be inferior in terms of the chemical content that has the active effect on helping clean our GI tract. And the purpose of juice fasting is to clean the GI tract. It's not for weight loss. It's not for cleansing and whatever you want to call it. It's not for any trendy idea. It is for emptying the GI tract and stripping the mucus and biofilms out of there, okay? So for that, we need a slow masticating juicer. I recommend the Green Star Elite Juicer. It's in my Amazon store, which is a place that I have set up where people can go and see what I use as a raw vegan in my kitchen and the supplements and detox tools that I use, okay? So the link for my Amazon store is in the description, okay? You can go see it there. Number 2, how many juices should you have in a day? Okay, you really want to focus on 1 gallon to 2 gallons of juice per day. In other parts of the world, UK, Australia, that would be liters. So we're talking 4 liters for 1 gallon or 8 liters for 2 gallons. So somewhere between 4 to 8 liters or 4 to 8 quarts of juice per day. It's really important to realize that we have to have calories, okay? The biggest problem that people face when they juice fast is they don't have enough calories. And then they're struggling and they're hungry and they're binging on food and say, well, I can't juice fast, I get too hungry. That's because you're not having enough juice. Drink the juice, drink lots of juice, make calorie-dense fruit juices, make green juices, focus on high calorie dense juices. Citrus is particularly good. The lemon ginger blast recipe is particularly good. Now I have a video how to properly do a juice fast. I'm going to leave the link for that video in the description of this video. In that video, I go over the recipe for the juices. I go over all the details. I give the exact protocol how to remove mucoid plaque. That's beyond the scope of this video, but the link is in the description if you want to go check it out. But remember, drink a lot of juice. 1 to 2 gallons or 4 to 8 liters of juice per day is really the minimum. And you can even drink more than that. The thing is, you do not let yourself get hungry. And do not let yourself get distracted by family members or obligations or work or anything. Focus on your juices and make sure you have enough each day and you will be successful. All right, number 3, should I buy organic produce? Okay, the non-organic versus organic debate. I would say if you're really in a financial situation where you can't afford organic, go for the non-organic. Juicing fruits and vegetables will help your elimination system work better. Okay, so what's the fear of non-organic fruits? That we're having pesticides and chemicals, right? But it's what we aren't eliminating that we accumulate, right? So if we're eliminating properly, we're not going to retain a lot of that chemical residue on the fruits and vegetables. So focusing on juice fasting, even if it's non-organic, is going to be so much more beneficial to the body than eating cooked food or doing some sort of smoothie detox or anything like that. Juice fasting non-organic produce is still really powerful, and I highly recommend juicing as the foundation of getting the GI tract clean here, whether it's organic and non-organic. But I will say, when I juice fast, I buy organic exclusively, okay? Because if you're juicing the greens and the herbs, those pesticides are right on those leaves, and then you're putting the leaves in your juicer and then drinking that. So I personally prioritize all of the things that I don't peel as organic. If I peel it like a citrus or a watermelon where I take the rind off, that can be non-organic. Follow the clean 15 and the dirty dozen rules. Look that up and you will see what's generally safe and what's generally not safe. Okay? Number 4, is it okay to drink tea on a juice fast? People always ask about tea, herbal teas and caffeinated teas and green teas. I personally think it's important to surrender to the power of the fresh, raw, living juices. Allow those juices to absolutely blow your mind. Don't focus on things you are used to doing. Let yourself fall apart a little bit. Let your normal routines go and just let the juices do their magic on you, okay? When we flood our body with the biophotons and the phytonutrients and the hormones and the oxygen in the juices, it can be life-changing. It can really light us up. It can bring our neurotransmitters online. I mean, it regenerates the body if we are in degenerated states, whether we have diabetes or hypothyroidism or adrenal fatigue or kidney weakness. All of that stuff is going to start to come back into alignment. I mean, it can really bring our body back online. It really is quite energizing to do a juice fast, all right? So that's more important than the tea, okay? I would say give the tea a break. Look, you can always go back to tea. But while you're doing a juice fast, just commit. Commit to the juice fast. Let it be what it is and don't try to hold on. One of the keys is letting go. Totally let go of who you are. Totally let go of your expectations. Let go of trying to hold on to your ego. Let go of the constructs of your world that you've spent your whole life building up, and let the juice fast just break it all down. Let it go. It's like falling off a cliff backwards. Just let it be what it is and trust the process, you know? Number 5, what if I am allergic to fruits? People with food sensitivities have poor gut health, okay? They might have impacted waste in there. They're going to have mucus and biofilms. So when we use the fruit juices to eliminate these mucus and biofilm deposits in the GI tract, we're going to find that we all of a sudden aren't having those sensitivities. Also, we're not digesting. These fruits and vegetables are cleaning the GI tract, moving the bowels, okay? Fast bowel transit time, focusing on elimination. I'll bet you $1 million you do not have food sensitivities while on a juice fast. I can almost guarantee it. If you're normally allergic to, grapefruits or something, but you drink grapefruit juice on your juice fast along with a nice balance of fruits and vegetable juices, you're not going to be reacting to that. I almost guarantee it. I've helped hundreds of people through this process, and everyone says they're fearful or nervous about some food sensitivity or some weakness that they have in their body, and it only takes them a couple weeks to realize that they are stronger than that and they're going to make it through. And it blows us wide open. It makes us realize that, wow, I can heal. My body is responding to fresh fruits and vegetables without the cooked food, without the digestion, without the heavy burden, without the gunk, so it can really, really be transformative. Number 6, how much weight will I lose on a juice fast? Never do a juice fast to lose weight. If you're wanting to lose weight, a juice fast is not the right process, okay? When we want to lose weight, we should focus on detoxification and waste loss in general, okay? And yes, we can start with a juice fast, but doing a juice fast and getting on the scale every day, looking to see how much weight you've lost is the wrong approach. No, no, no. You want to focus on the long game. Like I said at the beginning of this video, set a long-term goal. Like in 1 year from now, I want to be on all whole foods. I want to weigh 30, 50, 100 pounds less. I want to be vibrantly healthy. I want to be thriving in my environment and in my family and in my workplace. I want to be at the best level that I've ever been in my life. That's the goal, okay? And then to get there, you want to do a juice fast. You want to transition onto a healthier diet and lifestyle. You want to clean out the gut of all that biofilm that's interfering with the absorption of nutrients in your life, because if you're nutrient deficient, you're going to be depressed. If you're not absorbing the light particles, the biophotons and electrons, if your cells aren't getting the proper nutrition or the proper, the proper energy from the juices, from the enzymes, then you're not going to feel good. Okay, so that's going to change everything. When you're lit up and you're on purpose and you're sparked by life, you're going to naturally be inspired to lose weight and eat the right foods that help you lose weight. So don't focus on weight loss, focus on waste loss. All right, number 7. How much water should I drink on a juice fast? I think water's great. If you are thirsty on a juice fast, by all means, drink water. But you might find that when we're drinking an abundance of fruit juices, this water in the juice is filtered. It is structured. It is filled with the simple sugars that make it so bioavailable. If you look into hydration techniques, like how to rehydrate someone who's chronically dehydrated in the medical, traditional medical sense, like if someone comes into the hospital and they are dehydrated, how do they rehydrate them? Well, they put simple sugars into the water and electrolytes, basically a little sugar and salt in the water. Well, that's exactly what's in fruit and vegetable juices. It's filled with organic mineral salts, filled with natural simple sugars, and the water is perfectly filtered. And when we take that into our body, it can fill up our tank. We can cure chronic dehydration. And most of us are chronically dehydrated our whole lives. But when we juice fast, we're going to feel proper hydration for the first time in our life. And most people think that we're going to, instantly lose weight. What's interesting is that we often have water retention in the first week or two because our body is so thirsty for real water, real hydration, that we're going to retain water. Our fluids are going to, go up. Our cells are going to retain some of this water in the first couple of weeks, okay? And that's a good thing, because as our body needs to detox, it needs this liquid and this water for the detoxification process. So we might gain 10 pounds of water weight in order to lose 20 pounds of body fat, okay? And that's just the way it works. So again, that's why we can't track the scale. We just have to focus on our health. And we don't really need water. We're not going to really need water, but if you want water, by all means, have water. In fact, you can add water to your juices, dilute them some, make sure you're getting an abundance of calories and an abundance of liquids on your juice fast to make sure that your body has everything it needs. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Number 8, can I take a vitamin or herbal tincture while on a juice fast? People really frequently ask if they can continue their vitamin regimen or even their pharmaceutical medication while they're juice fasting, or herbal tinctures while they're juice fasting to support certain organs. Maybe they're taking herbs to have bowel movements because they're constipated, or they're on high blood pressure medication. Look, all of this is so simple to reverse. We can get out of these problems by juice fasting. Specifically, the lemon ginger blast recipe is so synergistic with our body that it just helps us regenerate the cells, regenerate the organs, get back online. So, honestly, we don't need vitamin supplementation for a short period of time. We can take a little break. It's okay to let go of what we've been normally doing. This is a short-term intervention. This is not a lifestyle. This is not an ongoing thing. This is a short-term. We can't become deficient in 60 days. We can't hurt ourselves in 60 days. Most people can stop even medications within a week or two on their juice fast. I see it over and over and over. People come to me on medications, and then within 3 weeks, they're off. I have one client who I'm working with right now who's been on pharmaceutical medications since she was a teenager for basically multiple decades. Within a month of juice fasting, she was off all of her medications. Now, she did this on her own. This was not by my recommendation or the recommendation of a doctor. This was her being courageous and being experimental and deciding she was going to save her own life and get off of these horrendous medications. And the same goes for vitamins. Just give it a break. You're going to get so much vitamins and nutrition from the juices. That's really what you need to focus on. Let go a little bit. Let it just fall away. Focus on the juices. And when you come out the other side, that's when you can start to talk about whether you want to come back onto vitamins, herbs, or medications. This is also why I consult with people privately, because there is some factors in there that need to be discussed on a per person basis. Okay. In general, this is not medical advice. This is just saying that raw fruits and juices heal our life. Cleaning out the gut is so key. If you've been on medications your whole life, you'll realize how damaged your gut is when you do a juice fast. You might have really chronic constipation happening. You might really have a hard time releasing waste. People who are on medications generally have a really much harder time juice fasting. And it just goes to show how pharmaceutical medications mess up our gut. And vitamins and herbs are still natural, but still we become dependent on them, we rely on them, and we think that they're giving us what we need, when in reality it comes from the fresh, raw fruits and vegetables. Okay, number 9, why do I get constipated on a juice fast? Normally in the first couple weeks, people stop having bowel movements and they're like, oh my God, this isn't working, what's going on? People get so confused by getting constipated in the first couple of weeks, but what you have to realize is the body has to catch up. The body has whoa, what's going on? It stops all the digestion for a bit until it realizes it can start focusing on elimination. And then within a couple weeks, usually the floodgates open and the deluge comes and the bowels start to empty. And you can probably, some people have the bowels empty for 30, 60, 90 days nonstop. Solids coming out for 60 days nonstop with no food. It's pretty mind-blowing to realize how much waste we're holding in our GI tract and how much that waste holds us back. So a juice fast can really blow our minds. It can show us what we really need to be doing. It can educate us about diet and lifestyle. It can educate us about how our body works. So it's an incredible thing to experience. And the fear of getting constipated or not having a bowel movement, you work through it. And then you realize, oh wait, my body's really intelligent. Oh wait, my body's got me. I don't have to worry. This isn't dangerous. I can do this, And so we're educated by our own body. And that's part of the beauty of a juice fast, is letting our body and the wisdom of this sacred temple educate our disconnected mind and our fearful ego about who we really are and how powerful this divine vessel really is. It's absolutely mind-blowing. All right, number 10, how do I start eating again after a juice fast? So how to break a juice fast is really a big topic. I will go into this in depth with my private clients. I go into this in depth in my membership, Raw Vegan Heroes, for people who are breaking their fasts. There's about a bazillion different factors here, but let me just nutshell it for you here, okay? The primary focus of breaking the fast is to rebuild the strength of the gut to move fiber through. So before we even start worrying about having salads or avocados or nuts and seeds or nut butters, people are, anxious to get back to the salads and the avocados. But what we have to realize is our gut hasn't been processing fiber for 30, 60, 90 days, and we need to go slow. So the first week is really just about bringing in 1 or 2 fruit meals a day to just get the fiber moving through. When we see consistency in the bowel movements from the whole fiber we're eating, just fruits, then we can move into greens and avocados. So usually it takes like a week or 2 for our digestion to get back to moving the fiber through consistently. Only when it is consistent and strong do we want to bring in volume and food combining, okay? So the volume would be more volume of food, more fruit, solid fruit, mono meals, stopping the juices and getting all the calories from fruits, but really then moving into fats. And that really should be slow. There should be a slow process. Now, it's not dangerous. The worst that's gonna happen is that you're gonna get constipated, okay? It's not the worst thing in the world. You get constipated a little bit from eating avocados or salad too quick. It's not the end of the world. But if you've just come off a 30, 60, or 90-day juice fast and you are feeling optimistic about going back to food, but then you have constipation, you might get discouraged. And you don't want to get discouraged. You want to feel good about your journey. So go slow and make sure that you are seeing consistent bowel movements before you increase the volume. Once the volume is up, then move into the greens and the fats. Once you move into the greens and the fats, then you can start focusing on food combining, okay? And food combining is what can take you the next year into your journey as a raw vegan or a whole food plant-based diet, or just getting off of junk food and bringing your health to a really, really high level, okay? So those are our top 10 frequently asked questions. I'm really just here in service to you guys who want to get healthy and want to change your life for the better. If you need help on your journey, I have my group coaching program called Raw Vegan Heroes. Raw Vegan Heroes is a membership for people who need support, okay? Who need accountability, who need somebody there to hold their hand, ask questions to. You get coaching from me. One of the cool things, though, in the group is that you can get an accountability buddy. Often people will do a post saying, I'm starting a juice fast. Does somebody want to be my accountability buddy? You can exchange phone numbers and have someone to text. So not only can you get coaching from me, you can make a friend and talk to somebody else who's doing their juice fast, and you can bounce off of each other. It's life-changing, okay? I have people in my membership every day talk about how their life has been changed. I just had one member post today in the group saying, I've been striving to be raw vegan for years and years and years. And she's like, I finally made it. Thanks to this group, I finally made it. And the accountability that I get from this group, it was a really heartwarming, touching post. I also have, like I said, my hour consultations and my private coaching. If you're interested in more support, you can go to my website and check out what I offer, okay? rawveganrising.com. The link is in the description. Much love to all of you people, okay? So I am a big proponent of healthy, raw foods in the diet to change our life for the better and to help humanity to thrive and awaken and get out of the muck that we seem to be in. All right, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you love this video, please subscribe to Raw Vegan Rising. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Is this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something better.